evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Tuesday night. Special event here tonight, the first of a three-night event. It's the Fall Brawl Spectacular, brought to you by the Sim Auto Racing Association, or known short as SARA. Tonight we have late models, the Pro Series late models, taking on 5 flags. Tomorrow we'll have the super lates with their qualifying and last chance qualifier session. And on Thursday night, the big super late model race will be taking place. But tonight, it's all about the Pro Late Model Series. These guys are battling it out for 200 laps, but we are going to be covering a last chance qualifier coming up here momentarily. It'll be 25 laps for the drivers who qualified outside the top 20. So 21st and back are going to battle for 25 laps to see who will make it into the Fall Brawl feature here for the Pro Late Models. And again, we do thank you for tuning in this Tuesday night, as we have been off on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. So we will be back here again tomorrow night around the same time, and Thursday night as well. However you're getting us out here tonight, whether it's on YouTube, Twitch, or even the new Facebook Live, we do thank you for tuning in. And my name is Dustin Caldwell, and I'll be bringing you the plays as they come through, with the drivers entering every corner and straightaway on this track, fighting to get into the feature here tonight, and then the 200 lap feature to come later on tonight. These guys are going to be battling it out. And if you've tuned in to watch SARA race in the past, their league, they do put on a great show. Some good side-by-side racing, folks. Minimal cautions. I'm trying not to jinx it by saying that, but minimal cautions, and we're going to expect to see some great things happening here tonight. So momentarily, drivers are putting up some hot laps real quick, and then they're going to be moving to the grid. We can let you know some of the drivers and where they're at and what we can expect to see here from these guys coming up here shortly. We will give you let's go ahead and give you the race information, though. We'll bring it up on the screen for you. Here at 5 Flags, it's a 0.48 mile track, or better known as a half-mile track. 77 degrees is in the air tonight, 54% humidity, some overcast, and 82 degrees. Kind of a sticky track down there, and makes things a little bit slick once some rubber gets on. If you take a look at that track, the inside groove there, a little rubbered up. So these drivers are going to be fighting for that bottom line. We should have some side-by-side racing, and we'll have to see if any outer lanes will develop as the race progresses. Just a few more moments here tonight, or moments here before we head to the grid. And again, this is the last chance qualifier race, the 25-lap race, that are going to determine which drivers, and I believe it's going to be 8 out of this, will be taken into the actual feature. So looking to have about 28 cars in the feature tonight. But I want to give a shout out to the sponsors for the Fall Brawl Spectacular. While we got that, let's go ahead and take a look at the sponsors. H&H Sign and Supply, big-time sponsor in the GM Parts Expert Super Late Model Series, is one of the major sponsors in this series, as well as Hyde's Pride, sponsoring the race last week, the Oxford race for the Super Late Model Series. But we also got a new sponsor on here tonight, the Button Box Shop. I want to give them a special shout-out. And also the GM Parts Experts for quality GM parts. Head over to gmpartsexperts.com. Those are your sponsors here for the Super Late Model Series, and I think we're about ready to head to the grid. You can hear the drivers just finishing up a little bit of hot laps, and I think around the 10-minute mark is when we're going to actually get to the grid. Overcast here tonight. Could be a little bit of an issue for these drivers. A little bit better than the sun, though. Seeing some familiar names in this session. Guys that we're going to be seeing out there. Brian Thompson, Pat Boswell, Justin Sullivan, Eric Block, Hunter Combs, Ben Nile, Derek Robinson, and Daryl Hamlin. just a few of the names that we're going to be seeing in this last chance qualifier. Just a few more seconds remaining, and the caution lights will come on. They'll head them on down to pit road. And it looks like the session has come to a close, so we're going to be making our way over to the grid to get you that starting lineup for this last chance qualifier. Now, this is going to be a timed session, so there won't be technically a lap count out there, folks. They were intending to have a couple of races here tonight. Unfortunately, everything got condensed down into one race, so a little bit difference than what we're used to seeing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup here. So the starting lineup for the last chance qualifier has the 69 of Eric Block out on the pole. The 35 of Brian Thompson will be to the inside. The 33 of Justin Sullivan. Ben Nile back there in that second row. Rounding out your top five, the 09 of Hunter Combs. To the outside of him in row number 3, the number 8 of Derek Robinson. Back in that fourth row on the inside lane, the number 4 of Russell Berry will have the 83 of Wes Graham to the outside. Row number 5 will have the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin to the inside lane to the outside. And rounding out the top 10, the number 2 of Scott Dunlap. Looking on back, the number 5 of Matt Rolfe, Al Smith Jr., Leighton Sabile, I believe is how it's pronounced, Paul Boswell, Michael Baxter, Ty Spearman, Trevor Edwards, Ian Lane, Mark Royer, and Alex Oriens. Just a few of the names of the drivers that you're going to see out here on the field. We are ready to go racing for 25 laps, folks. One more base lap to come your way and we'll be set to roll. And again, folks, this is the Fall Brawl Spectacular. First of a 3-night event taking place here at Five Flags. As the cars head out of turn number 2 into the backstretch, we're ready to go rolling. Looks like there was a flip-flop, but oh well, here we go. Pace car into the pits.
Green, green, green.
The green flag flies, and we're off to the race. The 83 of Wes Graham rolls down that backstretch towards turn number 3. Graham, driver out of Franklin, Virginia, Off Camber TV, Twitch TV, West Themes 88, and Volt Vapes, sponsors on that machine as he heads out into the backstretch. Right behind him, that number 99 of Paul Boswell, that driver there, you're seeing firing out into the front stretch now. The 99 is out of Hartford, Alabama. Gravel Motorsports, Air Performance, and Gravel Motorsports again, so a double of the same sponsor on that car. And already that 83 machine is like lightning into the front stretch with a 3/10 of a second lead. Fires it down into turns 1 and 2. The 99 of Boswell back there just off into second. Eric Block, the 59 machine, as we take a look at Block rolling into turn 3. Will come out on the high side of turn number 4 in the 69 of Block. The Pismo Beach, California driver, the California Dreamer right there into the backstretch. Running an unsponsored car. He does have a scheme on it. Not registering any sponsors, though. 72 of Ben Nile, one of the drivers you're used to seeing in the GM Parts Expert Super Late Model Series, now working his way into the backstretch in the safe position. Again, folks, top 8 drivers are going to be moving over into the feature. And the 72 of Nile, the new Vineyard main driver with a Toxic Media Solutions. Down East, Chassis Works, Nile Gravel and Dirt Works, Nitro Trailers, CNS Computer Solutions, the sponsors there on that 72 machine. Side-by-side action behind him, though, as we see the number 7 of Hamlin trying to get to the inside of the 2 of Dunlap. They're side-by-side into the backstretch. And it looks like that 7 of Hamlin is going to edge out Dunlap, though. Dunlap looking back to the inside as they work their way into the front 2 turns now towards that backstretch. And, of course, the 7 of Hamlin, that Christiansburg, Virginia driver, the T4X, Bluefield Radiator, Wreckmore Wrecker Services, sponsors there on that 7 machine. How about Ben Nile getting closer and closer to the block as he comes out of turn number 2, now to the inside of 3. He's going to be side by side with that 59 of Block. And the 72 of Nile now moves into 3rd position. Into the backstretch yet again they go. And that 99 of Boswell just ahead of Nile. Still about a half a second behind your race leader, Wes Graham, as they head into turn number 1. Beautiful racing so far. These guys have found a single file line, but there is some passing opportunities as we've seen Nile do before. He's going to look to the inside of the 99 of Boswell. As they head through turn 2, a little push action from the 99. It's going to open up passing lanes for the 72 of Nile. Dives it down in turn 3, and he's going to be side by side with the 99. Coming out in that 4th turn, beautiful slide job in the 72 of Nile. Now moves up into 2nd position, and he is firing hard. He's right behind the 83 of Graham, going to be side by side. He's going to do it again. Ben Nile works to the inside, now finds himself battling for the race lead. He's got a nose over Wes Graham as he heads into turn 1, and boy, the 99 of Boswell nearly hitting that inside wall before turn 1, and it looks like he shook up Graham as Nile was able to go by, picked up 2 positions in a matter of 2 laps, coming off of very calculated moves off of turn number 4. And how about that 72 car? Got about 10 laps remaining now here in the last chance qualifier. Here's a look at your top 5. Nile, Graham, Boswell, Hamlin, and Block so far are the top safe drivers to move in to that feature event here tonight. The 200-lap feature coming a little bit later tonight. How about that 7 of Hamlin firing that car to the inside? We'll get around that 99 of Boswell. The 83 of Graham now falls back to 3rd, and he's falling quick as Darrell Hamlin now moves into 2nd position. Graham side by side with the 99 of Boswell as they head into turn number 3, and some push action from that 99 car, but he'll drive it up towards the wall in the front stretch, saving his 3rd position slot. Eric Block, cutoff man Scott Dunlap back there from the top 5, working the inside lane. And I imagine if we see a caution flag come out, it's going to signify the end of the qualifier. And how about Scott Dunlap? He's working to the inside to get in that top 5. Dunlap moves into the top 5 here. Looks like Brian Thompson, the 35 machine, calling it quits down in the pits. He goes. And we've got a shake-up there as Ben Nile, Hamlin, Boswell, Graham, Dunlap, your top 5. Closer and closer we go, just a few laps remaining. And a little bump and run action from the 09 of Hunter Combs. Coming off of turn number 4. He's going to now look to get towards Dunlap to get in the top 5 as he passes Eric Block to move into 6th position. 09 of Combs on the field here tonight, that driver. One of the few running the double singles, if you call it, the zero single digit. Out of Minter, Ohio, part of the Posse FMF Chassis Works. Mission 22, the sponsors on that machine. And now looks to the inside with Dunlap. Looking to the inside of Graham as he dives it into turn one, running that lower groove. As they work towards the backstretch, here comes the two of Dunlap, fighting hard to try to get into fourth position, and the 0-9 of Combs is going to get into fifth. Graham's going to push high, and that's going to cost him a couple of positions as Graham now falls to seventh position. And we are just a few laps away, folks, just a few laps away from the end and the cutoff point for the last chance qualifier before we head into the feature here tonight. And now it looks like Combs. And we may have, everybody's slowing up, so I think we have it, folks. Let's take a look at it. Ben Nile, Darrell Hamlin, Paul Boswell, we'll keep wanting to call him Pat, Paul Boswell, Scott Dunlap, and Hunter Combs able to make their way up there into the top five. Let's take you down closer to the track.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
So there we have it, folks. Again, Ben Nile, your winner right there. As he's blocked by the flag stand, can't really get a good view of him. 7 of Darrell Hamlin. At 99 of Boswell. The 0-9 of Combs. The 2 of Dunlap. And I believe that will be it moving in. And you can definitely tell that Hunter Combs is excited as he takes off. We're a little burnout session right there. So that will be your guys moving into the feature coming up, folks. So we are going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, we'll have a 200-lap feature here at Five Flags for the Pro late models taking place this evening. And again, we want to give a quick shout out to the sponsors tonight. H&H Sign Supply Incorporated. HeightsPride.com for quality leather and sheepskin. Check them out on the web at HeightsPride.com. The Button Box Shop and GMPartsExperts.com for quality GM parts. Find them on the web, GMPartsExperts.com. Thanks for tuning in for this last chance qualifier. We're going to be back again. Take a short commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere because we've got a 200-lap session with about 30 late models coming your way momentarily.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SARA Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Here at iRacing, we pride ourselves on interacting with our community and getting into the forums and seeing the discussions and doing surveys about what features and content things that they want. It's been quite clear that one of the biggest features that people are looking for is dirt racing. You know, the first step in doing something like that was obviously our dynamic track project. It has set a great foundation for us to do a lot of different things with our surface going forward. With the dirt track project, it became evident that we needed to really become educated on what happens with dirt, not only the preparation of the track, but what happens to the surface as a race is going on. We've gotten in touch with the University of Northwestern Ohio, and there they have a terrific motorsports program, but they also have a big focus on dirt racing. They have their own dirt oval there called Lima Land. They actually have a dirt late model team and modified team as part of the curriculum for the school.
The university purchased the track for student involvement. They're out here for multiple purposes. We hold classes out here where they work on the vehicles that they build. We also have a motorsports team. They build, crew, and race the cars every Friday. So we have a huge involvement here at Limeland Motorsports Park from the university.
And so we're sending Dan Garrison there to get educated and to learn what is different about dirt.
iRacing's traditionally done with asphalt. In that model, the track is, very stiff, and it's the tires that have the give and the bend. But when you start talking about a dirt track, the equation flips in that the track is the thing that gives and responds. That's going to be a big challenge, and it's something that we definitely want to get right.
Everybody wants different racetracks. Personally, I like faster racetracks. A dirt track fast is when you keep the moisture in it and don't let it get real hard on you. If you let it get real hard, it's just like cement. You cannot water cement. You put water on it, the water runs off. The racetrack has got to absorb the water. You got to keep a hard pan below it, but keep the loose stuff on top to make it fast.
The thing about dirt racing that I like the most is there's probably 20 other competitors on the track, but I was always taught by Mr. Knott, a guy that gave me my first sprint car ride, you're racing the racetrack. You're not racing the 20 other guys in that feature race, and you're constantly got the car in a slide. You're turning right to go fast. You have to figure the racetrack out and get your car to where it handles the best on the dirt.
It's good to kind of actually get to a racetrack that's in working condition and be able to see, okay, this is how the soil behaves and this is what it's like. And it's amazingly sticky is the thing I'm learning. It really holds together well.
Having worked with this group of guys and on this code base now for 16 years, we've only ever done pavement. We've only ever done purpose-built, race cars that run on ovals or road courses. So it was natural. The first car that we're going to introduce for this is a dirt late model, and we've actually partnered with Clint Boyer, who has a dirt late model team, and he's given us access to his car. We've scanned it, we've photographed it, and started the data collection process with his team to understand how the car works. We couldn't ask for better data to build this dirt late model.
To be able to drive a car around a dirt track and really pitch it into a corner and get on the throttle and throw the car around a little bit and keep it under control, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited about this project. I mean, we have a 25+ year history of making pavement racing between Papyrus and iRacing, and this is the real first chance we're venturing outside of that. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very optimistic that this will be launching this year.
ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. If you were with us earlier for the Last Chance Qualifier, we are now looking forward to the 200-lap feature race taking place here tonight at Five Flags. And it was the top 5 drivers, as you've seen earlier, getting in to the feature race shortly about ready to go racing. So, folks, we are going to move to the playing of the national anthem as we prepare and get ready for tonight's race. So stay tuned with us. It's going to be one heck of a brawl. This is the Fall Brawl Spectacular and the Sim Auto Racing Association League. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening, the first of a 3-night special being broadcasted here. It's the Fall Brawl Spectacular, the Sim Auto Racing Association's seasonal event taking place here at Five Flags. You got the Pro Late Model race here tonight. We'll have Super Lates qualifying tomorrow and a Last Chance Qualifier race, a couple of heat races tomorrow as well, and then the big Super Late Model race on Thursday. Again, we are going to take a quick look here at the race conditions so far tonight. We saw it earlier. It was a sticky Last Chance Qualifier race, but look at that temperature. It's cooled off about 10 degrees. 72 degrees in the air. 72 degrees matching on the pavement. 63% humidity. So as the night has progressed, it has gotten more humid, some overcast. And still, obviously, the half-mile track here at Five Flags. Want to give a special thanks and shout-outs to the sponsors, H&H Sign and Supply Incorporated, for coming on board. To sponsor the event, HeightsPride.com, quality sheepskin and leather products. Find them on the web at HeightsPride.com. The Button Box Shop and GM Parts Experts for quality GM parts. You can find them on the web, GMPartsExperts.com. Going to have a chance to bring a little treat for you, folks. We're going to go live now to talk with the 72 of Ben Nile, the winner there in the Last Chance Qualifier. How you doing tonight, Ben?
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad. What a race it was earlier. Got to see what this track was like. Got to get out there and experience it a little bit in that Last Chance Qualifier, and you picked up quite a few positions in that race. Tell us about the passing.
I've always been pretty decent at this track. I knew I'd have nothing in qualifying, but my race setup is all right. Just waiting for people to make mistakes, especially during this long race, will be the biggest thing.
Definitely looking forward to it tonight. You think you're going to have the grip that you had? I mean, the temperatures have cooled off a little bit. Is there any particular mindset to carry over when you've raced on a hotter track going to a cooler track?
A hotter track, you just got to let it roll a little bit more compared to a cooler track, but this, I don't even know what to expect over this race, to be honest.
Well, is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Absolutely. Toxic Media Solutions, Now Gravel and Dirt Works, Nitro Trailers, Down East Chassis Works. I got a shout out to CNS Computer Solutions. They built me one awesome computer here and just everyone who ever helps me and checks out my streams and everything else.
All right. Well, congratulations on winning the last chance qualifier. Best of luck to you here tonight. I know following you there in the GM Parts Expert Super Late Model Series, you're always a quality contender and looking to see some great racing action out of that 72 machine here tonight.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. What a race it was earlier if you tuned in to catch the last chance qualifier, and just getting some updates here from Race Control, talking a little bit about tonight, but being told that Ty Majeski, if everybody knows who Ty Majeski is, if you follow the late model tours or ARCA or any a little bit here and there, different short track racing, you know Ty Majeski, 3-time ARCA Midwest Tour champion. He is taking racing here tonight in the Fall Brawl, and I was told that that 91 car that'll be running set the fast time, but we got an invert of 7. So we will be looking for, I believe it's the 39 of Bill Martin, the guy we're following there. The Skull Bandit machine that you see there shall be on the pole, and Bill Martin, no stranger to being up front, will definitely be a good contender for these guys to try to take down. And how about Tim Bills, another quality driver in the H&H Sign and Supply, got the sponsor on the hood. He's going to be one big contender to watch out for here as well. A lot of great competition on this field tonight, so you could definitely anticipate, folks, some great racing action. And with a little bit cooler temperature than we had earlier today, I imagine we're going to see a lot more passing. I mean, if at 82 to 84 degrees we had some passing, you can definitely expect at 72 degrees, we're going to see a lot more of that action taking place here for this 200-lap feature. Just momentarily, we're ready to go to the grid as Race Control gets everything ready to roll. And we're going to get this underway as it begins to finish up here. You're going to see drivers momentarily get off the track and down on pit road. And we're going to move to the grid now to show you your starting lineup here tonight. So as we take a look at the grid, surprise, surprise, the 39 of Bill Martin, the Madison, Wisconsin driver, the Posse, American Motors, and Skull Bandit machine on the pole tonight with a 16.44. To the outside of the front row, the number 32 of Trevor Edwards. Out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, the Wheelin' and Dealin' Motorsports H&H Sign and Supply machine will be outside of that front row. The number 66 of David Krikorian, the Los Angeles, California driver. Wheel and Dealin' Motorsports teammate JGB Designs. The sponsors on that car will start to the inside of that second row. To the outside, the number 92 of Ty Spearman. The Gaffney, South Carolina Posse driver, 4S Sign and Supply of Gaffney, South Carolina. The sponsors on that car will round out that second row. Rounding out your top 5 here tonight, the 75 of Cody Kelly. Cody Kelly hails from Hartsville, South Carolina, the Wheel and Dealin' Motorsports car. We'll have the number 37 of Tim Bills, the H&H Sign and Supply machine. A driver out of Sturgis, Kentucky, Wheelin' and Dealin' Motorsports will round out the first 3 rows. And Mr. 3-time ARCA Series champion himself, the Midwest Tour, the 91 of Ty Majeski. Boy, I butchered that one pretty good. Out of Seymour, Wisconsin, part of the Posse. He'll have Joshua Hart, Al Smith, Jeremy Adams. Rounding out your top 10. Looking on back, Ian Lane, Tom Wetmore, Matthew Eddy, Russell Berry, Michael Baxter, Paul Fugit, Alex Orients, Jason Galvin, Mark Royer, Eric Spencer, Ben Nile, Darrell Hamlin, Paul Boswell, Scott Dunlap, Hunter Combs, Justin Sullivan, Eric Block, Wes Graham, Derek Robinson, Matt Rolfe. A 30-car field here for the Fall Brawl Spectacular this Tuesday night. And again, folks, my name's Dustin Caldwell. I'm going to bring you the action as it unfolds here at Five Flag Speedway. 200 laps on the docket here tonight. These boys are ready to go, and the pace cars into the pits. Out of turn number 4, and we are off to the race. Bill Martin leads the herd in turns 1 and 2. And as they work their way into the front stretch, across the start-finish line, that's Gold Bandit Machine out to 3/10 of a second lead over Krikorian, who is to the inside of the 32 Menards Machine of Trevor Edwards. Nice hard battle as we follow him coming out of turn number 4. Cody Kelly back there behind Menard, the Menard Machine of Trevor Edwards. Ty Majeski already looking in 5th position, trying to run down the 75 of Cody Kelly. Back behind him, Joshua Hart. Side-by-side action between Bills and Spearman as they fire into turn 1. Bills to the inside of Spearman. Out of turn number 2 into the backstretch, the 37 is going to edge out the 92. As the 92 edges out that 96 of Al Smith Jr. Looking back up front across that start-finish line, and Krikorian has pushed the 39 up the track, so Bill Martin is going to fall back to 2nd, now 3rd, as he's battling hard with Trevor Edwards into turn 3, the 32 Machine of Edwards to the inside. And it looks like the Skull Bandit Machine's going to fall back to 4th as he battles with Cody Kelly. Ty Majeski to the inside now, and Bill Martin hung up on that outside groove, has lost a few positions. At number 16 Machine of Hart, that's Joshua Hart to the inside of Martin. Tim Bills will find his way in. He has got to get down to that lower groove if he's going to have a shot to get back towards the front. As we take a look at the front, heading into turn number 3, the 66 of Krikorian. Working his way off of turn number 4 now into the front stretch, into lap number 8 of this 200 lap event. And Trevor Edwards is right there with him, under 2/10 of a second gap behind, as the 32 Menards Machine looks to the inside in turn 3. Majeski in 4th position now, looking back behind Cody Kelly. He's going to take a peek to the inside in turns 1 and 2, looking for that lower groove. What will he do here in turn 3? Is he going to look to work to the inside? Oh, a little tag with the wall down the backstretch. And you know what they say, folks, if you're not tagging that wall, you're not racing hard enough. And Majeski tonight has come to race, and he meets that wall in lap number 9. Krikorian leads the field into turn 3 here on lap 10. Extending his lead to over a quarter second ahead of Trevor Edwards as he crosses that start-finish line into turn 1 yet again. This half-mile track and the 200 laps that are taking place here tonight are going to wind down quick. Nice green flag runs so far. And just as I say that, I have to be mocked by the yellow flag as we got our first caution on the night. Taking a look around the field, and I think it was the 9 of Alex Orions with a little bit of issue there, and not seeing any movement from the pit crew down there with the 2-man pit crew, so it looks like the Rochester, New York driver and his upstate racing team may be done for tonight here at Five Flags. Definitely a nice night to be catching this race action here. You can see the overcast in the backdrop here at Five Flags. I want to give another quick shout out to the race sponsors here tonight. H&H Sign and Supply, HeightsPride.com, The Button Box, and GM Parts Experts are your sponsors here for the Fall Brawl Spectacular. And again, this is the first of a 3-night event here covered by the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. So while we wait for the lights to come off the pace car, let's take a look at the top 5 and your race summary. Taking a look at the top 5, the 66 of Krikorian making his way up front, and that California Dreamer, the Los Angeles, California driver, already up to the front and has scored 10 laps led here tonight, back in second. 32 of Trevor Edwards doing what he can to put the pressure on Krikorian, although Krikorian was starting to pull away. We'll have to see on the short run here going back to green if Trevor Edwards can give some more pressure to that 66 car. The 75 of Cody Kelly has the powerhouse behind him, the 91 of Majeski, and Joshua Hart making his way into the top 5. Race summary as they head into turn number 1, starting to bunch up. 15 laps completed. We're going to go back green on lap number 17. 1 lead change, 1 caution, and we're ready to go back racing here at Five Flags. Pace car takes them through the third turn. Will be set to go into the pits. There it goes. Krikorian with the pace out of 4. Here we go. The green flag flies, and we're back to the race on lap number 17. And that 66 machine wasted no time. Gives enough room for the 32 of Edwards to drop down to the lower groove. Side-by-side action. Now we'll go single file into turn number 3. As now the 75 of Cody Kelly looking to the inside of Edwards as they head towards turn number 1. Majeski on the bumper of Kelly as they work their way out of turn number 2 into the backstretch. Top 6 drivers are in a single file line heading through turns 3 and 4. And we've got some nice side-by-side action back there around 12th position. And it looks like that 88 of Ian Lane is being hung up on the outside groove. Currently battling side-by-side. I believe that is Jason Galvin to the inside, the 27 machine of Michael Baxter's there as well. And these guys are fighting hard all the way through the top 15 slots. Ian Lane still working that outside groove, staying competitive. Now side-by-side with the last chance qualifier top 5 finisher, Darrell Hamlin, as he looks to the inside and will go up past. So Hamlin's going to move into 14th position. Back up to the front as we follow Krikorian heading towards lap number 22, his 17th lap led of the night. He just picked up as he crossed the start-finish line, and Edwards holding on to a quarter-second gap. Pretty much stale right now as far as movement, but the 75 of Cody Kelly looking to gain some positioning as he's starting to get closer and closer to that Menards machine ahead of him. 91 of Majeski starting to feel some pressure from the 16 of Hart as they come out of turn number 2, and that 16 machine is on the move. Imagine we're going to see some momentum out of Hart looking for an inside pass. Nothing doing now. The top 5 drivers pretty much in cruise control mode. Although Ty Spearman just got around Tim Bills. Spearman into 6th position, but he's going to try to work the outside groove. That opens the doorway up for the 37 of Bills, but Bills can't capitalize in turns 3 and 4. Let's see what happens here in turn number 2. The 37 of Bills still to the inside of Spearman, and Spearman one of the few drivers staying very competitive outside on that middle groove. And he's going to push just a little bit in turn number 4, trying to catch the momentum on the high side. And he'll still hold on to position number 6. But Bill's starting to work that inside groove, is now starting to catch him, and may surpass him here in the backstretch. Side-by-side action into turn number 3 as the H&H sign and supply. 37 of Tim Binnell's coming off the 4th turn into the front stretch. Door locked with the 92 of Ty Spearman. And these guys continue the battle here on lap number 27. As the top 5 drivers single file, this is where the action is, starting with 6th position, a neck-and-neck fight with Ty Spearman and Tim Bills across the start-finish one. And I think that one's going to go to Ty Spearman that time. Looking on back behind him, though, is the 71 of Tom Wetmore. That driver there, the 71 machine, out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. He's a wheeling and dealing motorsports. Polaris and the Darrell Hamlin Dairy Farm, the sponsors on that machine. New quality fact, never knew that Hamlin owned a dairy farm, and now we know. Back up front as we follow the 66 of Krikorian, and boy is the 32 of Trevor Edwards trying to hold off the 75 of Cody Kelly. as Kelly is putting the pressure on that Menards car. Into the front stretch towards lap 31. Cody Kelly looking to the inside yet again. Majeski settled up behind him in 4th position. Hart, though, looks like he's fallen off the pace just a little bit, as he's about almost a half a second behind Majeski, and we've got a caution flag on the field. And it looks like the 44 of Paul Fugit is going to go for a spin, and that's going to bring out the second caution flag on the night. See if we can go back and capture the action as it happened. So as we follow the 44 machine working his way in, so on the backstretch, may have been a little bit of a collision, maybe a collision point there with the 42 of Jason Galvin and the Oscar Mayer machine. Not sure. May need to go back and take another angle look at this one. Take you on board here with Fugit. You can see he was starting to get a run. And a little bit of slide action there from the 42. So what we're seeing may be the 42 caused this, not quite sure. Let's listen for contact here. And there's going to be a bump. Seeing that the 42 came down into the side of the 44 of Fugit. So that is going to bring out caution flag number 2 on the night. And Fugit is going to settle up in 24th position after that incident. No change up in the top 5 from what we showed you the last time. The 66 of Krikorian still up front. Total of 30 laps now led on the night. Trevor Edwards back in second. Cody Kelly, Ty Majeski, and Joshua Hart, your top 5. Question's got to be is 16 of Josh Hart started to fall off about a half a second behind Majeski during that last green flag run, and we'll see if Ty Spearman, the 92 machine, who's been running the outside groove, if he's going to be able to work anything past the 16 car. One of the few drivers that probably came in with the notion that he needed to run that outside line and has been able to be successful at it, catching a lot of momentum off of turn number 4, especially trying to edge out the 37 of Tim Bills back there behind him, who's currently in 7th position. 1 to go signal coming from the flag stand. The lights come out on the pace car. We're going to be back green on lap number 38. And expect a solid restart from the 66 of Krikorian as we saw the first time go around. And if he does, and I think the strategy for Edwards is going to be allow the 66 to get out far enough to where he can dive down into that lower groove. He obviously does not want to be hung up to dry on the outside line. Here we go. Pace car into the pits. Out of turn number 4, Krikorian with the pace. The green flag flies. We're back to the race on lap 38. And it's a side-by-side action, and Edwards has his opportunity to come down. He's going to do it in turn number 2, and Cody Kelly just could not get there. And an eager 91 of Ty Majeski back behind him in 4th position. Looking on past the 75, he's going to take an inside look. Spearman rallying that 92 car up to the bumper of the 16 of Hart as they fire across the backstretch into the 3rd turn. Single file action, and now Cody Kelly showing some eager to get around the 32 of Trevor Edwards. And this one looks like it might have been Wes Graham involved. The 96 of Al Smith Jr. could be involved as well, so we're going to go back and take a look. looks like Wes Graham coming off of turn number 2 is going to smack that 96 machine of Smith Jr. And Wes Graham currently 1 lap down. I believe that is, not sure, I can't see on the other side who that is. I don't know if it was the 69 of Block. No, it was the 69 of Block who was on the other side of Graham, was involved in that one as well. As they came out of turn number 2, Graham just lost control, shot up the track right into the 96 of Smith. And Block as well got caught up in that incident. And there we see both Block and Graham down on pit road, and heavy damage on the back of the 83 car. Not sure we're going to see these guys return to the field, but they are, I don't know if their pit crew's down there telling some jokes or something. They need to be banging out those dents on that car. Heading towards lap 43. Still a change up in the top 5. Pretty competitive, but folks, the hot spot now to watch right there. And 92 of Ty Spearman, who was putting a lot of pressure on the 16 of Joshua Hart. At the restart, gotta watch this guy to see if he's got that momentum to get around the 16 car. Tim Bills, though, sticking with Ty Spearman. Opposite groove, he's working the inside really well. And it looks like they're going to start to bunch up here as looks like we're going to get the 1-to-go signal this time by. It should be back green on lap 45. Lights come off the pace car. Edwards up to the side of Krikorian. Majeski will be to the outside of Kelly. Spearman in his preferred groove will be to the outside of Hart. That's your first 3 rows. Heading back in to lap number 45. Here we go. Pace car. Into the pits. Krikorian takes the field off of turn number 4. He goes, and there's the green flag. Lap 45 takes us back to the race. And Majeski able to hold off, but look at Spearman. Spearman on the move now. Ty Spearman in front of Josh Hart. Moves into the top 5, and he's going to work the lower groove. So the gamble on the outside pays off for the 92 of Spearman, and he now into the top 5. Hart to the outside. Hart has fallen off just a little bit. Enough. And now Cody Kelly once again showing some interest on the inside of 32 of Trevor Edwards. Will he make a move? How about the side-by-side action here with Tom Wetmore, who's to the outside of Tim Bills. Wetmore working that machine off of turn number 4. Looks like he's got the Indiana Hoosiers collegiate logo there on that. Could be wrong. They continue to battle side by side in turn 3, and Tim Bills, no stranger to the outside car, as he had Spearman to the outside for a while there, and now he's going to edge out. That's 71 of Wetmore. Wetmore will come down to the lower groove. Into the backstretch towards turn number 3 goes the 66 of Krikorian. 44 laps led for the guy tonight, and he is just working it. Was pulling away a little bit from Edwards. Edwards has gained some ground on him, though. Currently about a 0.15 gap, their second gap, off of that 66 car. As they head into lap number 51. Quarter of the race completed. How about Majeski on the bumper of Kelly? Let's go back and take a look at Spearman. He's gotten passed by Hart. And we got another caution flag coming out. And a slow-moving Eric Spencer there, the 73 machine. Let's go back and take a look. Following Eric Eric Spencer into turns 1 and 2. Right behind him, the Oscar Mayer 42 machine is going to turn him. And Jason Galvin, excuse me if I can get that last name right, is going to turn the 73 of Eric Spencer. And I believe that's a second incident tonight he's been involved in. We're going to dial it back one more, and we're going to go on board here with the 42 Oscar Mayer machine out of Bakersfield, California, Lionheart IndyCar Series, GSRC AGR Motorsports, and a little bit of Oscar Mayer thrown in there. As we take you on board here, you can see he's right on the bumper of Spencer, just one lap prior to the incident. Galvin right out of turn number 4. Here's the contact. Right there, and you're going to hear the contact, a couple of hits there. And he's going to turn to 73. So the 42 machine down on pit road. Still have not seen anybody up front come down pit road. How about Josh Hart getting around Ty Spearman? Back into the top 5 goes that 16 machine. Again, while we're under yellow, let's give a thanks and shout out to the Fall Brawl Spectacular sponsors. H&H Sign and Supply Incorporated, HeightsPride.com, The Button Box, and GM Parts Experts are your 2016 Fall Brawl Spectacular sponsors. Lights off the pace car. We're going to be back green on lap number 57. Still atop of the field, the 66 of David Krikorian. Car to beat here tonight. Pace car heads into the pits. Krikorian yet again with a restart. Off of turn number 4, he accelerates, and there's the green flag. We're back to the race. Lap 57. Edwards has to get down. He does in time in turn number 2. That Menard's machine working out, and now a side-by-side action, and Majeski, he's going to try the outside on Kelly in the battle for 4th position. Josh Hart approaches to the inside. Majeski may have found something out there on that middle groove. He's going to come back down at turn number 2 here on lap 58. Oh, he sweeps to the inside. He's going to try it. He's going to be side by side with Cody Kelly and Ty Majeski in the battle for 3rd position. Looks to the inside. Hart there with him. 75 of Kelly trying to hold on, doing the best he can. He's going to lose out in turn 3. And it'll be solidified coming off the 4th turn. And Majeski is going to go into 3rd position. The 3-time ARCA Midwest Tour champion working his way towards the front. And now Cody Kelly wanted to come down but couldn't because Josh Hart to the inside. That 16 machine now finding some new life here on lap number 61 to the inside of Cody Kelly. Hart will go into 4th. Cody Kelly relegates to 5th. And now Trevor Edwards is going to be side by side with Krikorian. These guys are starting to come to life and battle up front. And Trevor Edwards, your new race leader into lap number 62. Into the backstretch, Krikorian holding off Majeski, who just passed Kelly as well as Hart. New life here in the race and a new leader. 2 laps led for Trevor Edwards. Majeski taking a peek to the inside, turn 3 on Krikorian. Is he going to make a move? He's looking to the inside. Getting a feel for these cars. Getting about 20 to 25 laps a run before we see an caution flag. Other than the last 2, we had a nice sizable run between the 1st and 2nd cautions. Last 2 have been well within 10-15 laps. Majeski onto the bumper. He's going to swing it to the inside. And down goes Majeski to the inside of Krikorian. He's going to pick up second position coming off of turn 4. And Krikorian now hung up to the outside line. Hart and Kelly looking to the inside. No doing for that 66 machine to come back down. He wants to come back down. The door is shut. And Josh Hart will shut the door on Krikorian, at least in turn number 4. Looking for that momentum on the outside groove. Will it happen? Looks like he's going to lose out here into turn 3. Hart now fully into third position. Here comes the 75 of Cody Kelly. Kelly to the inside goes the 4th, and just like that, Krikorian, guy who has led tonight a total of 56 laps, now falls back to 5th position right in front of Tim Bills. How about Majeski, though, on the hunt? Right there behind Menard's machine of Trevor Edwards. Keep wanting to call him Menard. Majeski to the inside, takes a peek in turn 3. Getting a feel for that leader as he wants to go right to the front. Fast time here tonight, set by the 91 car, and boy, is he looking aggressive to the inside. Trevor Edwards. Will he get aggressive here? Majeski settles up for turns 3 and 4. Hart now holding off Kelly. That is your front 4 heading into lap number 71. Majeski to the inside. Can he get there? And we've got another caution flag. And a big pile up. Ben Niles, Scott Dunlap involved here, and some heavy damage. Mark Royer looking on there, and I think that is Paul Boswell. The 99 machine, a lot of smoke coming out. The engine cannot be too healthy with that much smoke coming out the back. Let's go take a look at the replay. Going to follow the 99 of Boswell. I think Boswell's going to come into it. Just a few laps prior. And I believe right here, maybe we went back a little too far. Shout out to the cameraman taking us back just a little too far. So we'll follow him around yet again in the 99 of Boswell. Off of turn number 4, and right there, Nile just ahead of it. And I suspected that the 99 of Boswell came into this. Nile went for a heavy hit into the wall. And boy, did Boswell swing down as well as Spencer. And it looks like the 33 machine of Justin Sullivan involved in that one as well. And boy, got about 5-6 cars. And look at the damage there on the 27 machine. That is Michael Baxter. He's got some black smoke coming out of the hood of that car. I'm not sure if he was able to get back to pit road or had to be towed there. Ben Nile definitely needing a tow back to pit road after that. Getting closer and closer to the halfway point here in the Pro Late Model race for the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Let's take a look at the top 5 in your race summary as we head in to lap number 76. So the 32 of Trevor Edwards up front, holding off the mastermind on the outside, Ty Majeski, Joshua Hart, Cody Kelly, David Krikorian, your top 5. Race summary, 75 laps completed, 2 lead changes, 5 total cautions on the night. Pace cars set to go into the pits this time by There it goes. Menards. I'm going to call him that, folks. There's the green flag. We're back to the race on lap 77. And Trevor Edwards. Nice job on the restart, getting out ahead of the 91 of Majeski. And Majeski out of turn number 4. Hart, though, take a look at the battle back here. Hart in front of Kelly now moves into 3rd position. Cody Kelly on the outside, David Krikorian looking to the inside as they head into the 3rd turn. Krikorian into the front stretch, trying to get around Kelly. Kelly's got the doorway to the inside. He's going to come down to the lower groove. Tom Wetmore back there in 6th position is going to look for the fight. Into 5th to the outside of Krikorian, and he's going to do it. He's going to get around an outside pass. Majeski's challenging Edwards for the lead. He's going to go to the lead there, was able to get ahead of him at the start-finish line, and now the 3-time ARCA Midwest Tour champion out ahead of the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Edwards, total of 18 laps led on the night, will fall to 2nd position. Josh Hart shutting the door on the lower groove to allow that 32 car back to the inside. Cody Kelly now looking for a fight up into 3rd position. And Majeski now pulls away to over a 3/10 towards a 4/10 of a second lead on the field. Side-by-side action back in 3rd position as Cody Kelly, Trevor Edwards fight it out. Tom Wetmore in the top 5 looks to be to the inside of Edwards heading through turns 1 and 2. Into the back stretch. The 71 machine will now move into 4th. Edwards now finds his groove to be able to get back down to the lower line. Settles up right in front of David Krikorian, who's in 6th position. How about Majeski up front? Take a look at the gap between him and Hart. Out to now a half a second and climbing. Lead over 0.6 of a second now as he comes off of turn number 2. Hart getting some pressure there from Kelly. A little shake action. Take a look at that bumper. A little crinkly, almost the concave look to it. As the 75 of Kelly has really been beating him, and now Hart's going to let him by. He's going to swing up. There goes Cody Kelly. Finally enough hints from the bumper damage, and Josh Hart says, all right, time to let the 75 by. And Cody Kelly goes to 2nd position. Tom Wetmore now to the inside of the 16. Will start to move by, and Josh Hart once again falls from the top 2 position back outside towards the lower part of the top 5 is now Trevor Edwards to the inside. Edwards to the inside of Hart. Majeski has clocked out to almost a 1 second lead. 0.8 to 1 second lead over Cody Kelly. If there's anybody that can catch him, keep an eye on that 75 machine. Edwards to the inside of Hart will move into 3rd position here in turn 3. Krikorian trying to get up there as well. Wetmore, is in 3rd. Edwards got into 4th. Ty Spearman now up in the mix behind Krikorian. In 6th position, Hart will relegate back to the 7th position slot behind Spearman. 2 guys who battled side by side early on in this race. Majeski crosses the start-finish line into lap 92, edging closer and closer to that halfway point. Still, tonight, Krikorian finds himself on the bumper of Edwards heading into turn 1. Started 3rd here tonight, back in 5th. Has led a total of 56 laps tonight. Single file action for the majority of the field. We jump back into 11th position. Let's take a look at the 88 of Matthew Eddy. Eddy tonight, one of the drivers in the GM Parts Expert Super Late Model Series, runs the Mountain Dew car, but here tonight, Eddy, the Sanford, Michigan driver, being sponsored by Howe Racing and Don's Towing on that 88 car. Currently finds himself, as we bring it up for you one again, he started 13th here tonight, up 2 positions in 11th. How about the guy just ahead of him? We talked about him in the last chance qualifier. Was able to get up there barely into the top 5 slot. Hunter Combs finds himself now in the top 10 here on lap number 97. He's excited. Gave a little burnout earlier. And he's definitely making it happen here tonight. As you can see, he started 25th on the field. And he's already in the top 10 with still a whole half of a race to go. Eddy now looking to the inside. Back behind Josh Hart, Jeremy Adams, the 89 machine, as Tim Bills back behind him. This one guy we don't talk enough about is Jeremy Adams. He's a top 5 driver in that Super Late Model Series. Jeremy Adams, the Corbin, Kentucky driver. Jeremy Adams Racing and Globalcom, the sponsors on that car. And take a look at that. He's up 2 positions from where he started tonight, from 10th to 8th. Currently looking for a 7th position pickup on the inside of Josh Hart. And he might have it off of 2. Hart swings wide. They're going to be side by side in the backstretch. And now he moves into 7th position as Hart swings wide 3. So Jeremy Adams from 13th to 7th here into lap 102. Back up front, taking a look at your race leader. Total of 23 laps led. Ty Majeski off of turn number 4. Has a 3/4 second lead over Cody Kelly. Has had almost a second lead at times. Kelly, though, the car that can catch him here tonight. And you see there, 75 machine started 5th. So we are over the halfway point of tonight's race. Drivers now in tune with the track, knowing where they gotta be. Mark Royer, the 36 car, currently a lap down in the Lucky Dog spot. As we follow the 36 machine. Driver doesn't want to give us hometown, he's just out of Massachusetts. So you pick a city, folks, and that's where he's from. 3 wide action, as it looks like a battle with Eddy and Combs. They're going to go swinging by and still duking it out. Finishing up on Royer here, though. Arugula and Heights Pride, the sponsors. Got to see this 36 car in action at Oxford Plains last week. Get back up there to Matthew, Eddy, and Combs as they're still continuing to battle. Out of turn number 2, and Eddy to the inside has the preferred groove, trying to shake loose the 09 of Hunter Combs. Here on lap 109, or heading into lap 109. Not able to do so, and now it looks like the momentum swinging to the outside groove as Combs is starting to climb the car on the outside. The 98 Skittle machine of Ian Lane back behind him, and look at that! Catching the momentum down the front stretch. Hunter Combs has found some life on this outside groove. Can he clear him in 3? Eddy to the inside. Oh, he's going to touch the apron off the wall into Lane, and he bounces off the 4 machine of Russell Berry. And wow, no caution. Okay, there it is. A surprise with as many cars as we've seen there. Figured they'd have thrown the caution a little quicker. That's going to bring out caution flag number 6 on the night. Go back and take a look at that. We got to see it live. Actually, tell you what, let's go on board with Eddie. You can hear something down there. Definitely hear those tires working for grip as he comes down the backstretch. Going to just get a little too much of that apron right there before pit entrance and spin out. Into the side of Russell Berry he goes. Take a look at the scraping up on the front left quarter panel of that car. Matthew Eddy's going to come down for some repairs on pit road. Ty Majeski here tonight. Total of 35 laps led. Is your race leader. Let's take a look at the top 5. We'll get you some race summary as well. So Majeski leading the field. Cody Kelly back there in second. Ty Spearman third. Tim Bills fourth. Jeremy Adams still working up there with the 89 car in the top 5. Race summary here into lap 115. Out of the 114 completed, 3 lead changes, 6 total cautions. Again, can't thank them enough. Let's give another shout out to the sponsors for the Fall Brawl. H&H Sign and Supply Incorporated, HeidsPride.com. The Button Box and GM Parts experts are your fall 2016 Fall Brawl Spectacular. And again, this is a first of a 3-night, multi-night event taking place. The Pro Late Models here tonight. We'll have Super Late Models qualifying tomorrow night, and the actual Super Late Model feature coming up on Thursday night. So I think we're going to see some late pitting action coming from the guys up front. We'll have to see how that'll play it as other drivers went down pit road. Lights off the pace car. Here we go. Pace car setting to go into the pits. There it goes. Majeski to lead the field. Green flag in the air, and we're back to the race. As Majeski wastes no time out of turn 4, here comes Ty Spearman. Spearman now up into second position. Cody Kelly to the inside, goes back to second. Spearman lost the momentum out of turn 4. And now Tim Bills up into the top 3. Bills and Spearman find themselves battling yet again. To the backstretch, Bills to the inside. He's cresting past the 92. Watch the momentum come from the 92 off of turn 4. And he's not going to have it, and Tim Bills officially now into third position as he clears Ty Spearman. One little note as we watch Ty Spearman, and it looks like Tom Wetmore battling out back there for 4th or 5th. Near 3 wide action. The 89 car up there, Jeremy Adams, losing a little bit off the pace. Spearman still to the outside. One little note about Ty Majeski, folks. Recently, and as of last weekend recently, Ty Majeski won the Governor's Cup at New Smyrna Speedway. He's SARA's all-time point leader, or all-time leader in wins with a total of 75 races, 85 poles, and he's a two-time SARA Pro late model champion. So his success does not find this guy more often than not. He is definitely seeing it here tonight as well. Total of 45 laps now, crossing the start-finish line, 46 laps led for that 91 car. Cody Kelly saw some dominant performance from the 75 car early on in the season. He's been a part-time driver, showing up when he can. Brother Casey Kelly races in that series as well. And now Tom Wetmore, the 71 machine, into third position. Krikorian back from the depths, up into fourth. Trevor Edwards, fifth. Tim Bills falls off that high groove into sixth position. Actually talking about the pro late models in the actual Sim-Auto Racing Association official series that they run. Trevor Edwards currently is second in that series in the points. It looks like we're going to hear, just got some news from the racers box there that we're going to see some guys start to pit. Looks like Krikorian, Edwards, and Hart may be pitting soon. As we follow Krikorian, looking to get some new tires coming up. Wetmore as well is going to be another one to head down pit road. Wetmore currently in second position. Expecting to see the 66 and 32 head down pit road shortly. Again, to get down pit road here in this half-mile track, you pretty much got to start your descent before turn 3 to avoid any checkup action that could lead to a caution. And some swinging from Wetmore. And he's going to stay out. How about this? Wetmore cresting past Majeski. He's going to go to the race lead. And we've got a lead change here tonight. So these guys talking about going down pit road, they're fighting for the lead. And I think Majeski wants to go down pit road, and that's why the slow up there from the 91 car. He's going to fall back to fourth. Here on lap 134 and in a prime position for pitting action. Up front, Wetmore heads off of 3. And now he's going to stay out. So, race chatter, we were expecting to see these front 4 guys heading down pit road then in just a few laps, but I think with the new life, they're saying just stay out. And Wetmore, 4 laps led for the 71 car as he comes into the backstretch. And he's going to stay out yet again. Majeski back there in 5th behind Cody Kelly. This is where it becomes a chess match, folks. You get these long green flag runs. And pitting strategy similar to what you would find in the Sprint Cup Series with the Gen 6 cars. These guys got to think about opportunity of when to pit, because down there they only have a 2-man pit crew, and it's not a 12-second pit stop by any means, so definitely a lot more strategy. That's why you see a lot more guys staying out a lot longer and putting more use to those tires. So as we listen to the race chatter a little bit further, Kelly and Majeski both are going to stay out. until the next caution, anticipating another caution. So they're comfortable with where they're running right now. Given the fact that if we have another caution, they will come down pit road. Kelly, fortunately, not one of the top 5 drivers who's led laps tonight. Majeski back there behind him has led 53. Wetmore now up to 10 laps led as Krikorian fighting hard behind him has led 56. Trevor Edwards has led 18. Getting closer and closer to the final quarter of the race. And it's cruise control now for the 71 of Wetmore. Has a 0.3 of a second lead over Krikorian. Jumping outside the top 5, let's jump back to 6th position, and there's Tim Bills. As you can see, about 1.4 seconds behind Majeski at this point, but a nice little sizable gap behind him, 2.15 seconds ahead of Ty Spearman, who's in 7th position. So a solid 6th place right now here for the 37. Spearman, though, not so lucky, as Eric Spencer, taking a look at that 73 machine. Eric Spencer tonight starting 20th and now into 8th position. Has had to battle back. Just cusping on the top of or in the top 10 here tonight, the 09 of Hunter Combs. Hanging on back there in a nice little battle with Daryl Hamlin. Hamlin, of course, the 7 machine back behind him. Jeremy Adams, though, in the 89, just ahead, has fallen off. Adams was running up in the top 5 for a while, and now the 7 of Hamlin looks to the inside. Down comes Adams, right in front of Hamlin. Back up to the front. I think these drivers are pretty much content in their positions. Not a fight just right yet as they head into lap number 49, the 149. And Krikorian, though, with check-up action in the 3, he's going to swing them wide. Now Trevor Edwards looks to the inside. I think there was some check-up there from Wetmore that Krikorian was not expecting. Forcing the 66 to go up the track a little bit. Into the front stretch across the start-finish line. 50 laps now remain. Into the final corner, and the question is, if they stay green, the gamble here with Cody Kelly and Ty Majeski anticipating a caution flag, they will come down pit road to take some tires. And Ty Majeski, we've seen him lead almost out to a second. Cody Kelly running in second. So I think their strategy here is to play off the lead for a little bit and really see if there'll be a caution flag to set them up for prime positioning to get down pit road. But the inverse of that, these guys right here, Krikorian and Wetmore and Edwards, these guys staying up in the lead, really running like this thing's going to go all the way to the checkered. So if it does, you can see where the gamble pays off. But if it doesn't, then you got to start to wonder, are they going to come down pit road? As we talked about it earlier, these drivers were going to pretty much be on the same pit strategy. So I imagine if we do see a caution flag, these guys are going to come out. They're going to be down pit road first. Total of 23 laps led now for the 71 of Wetmore. And it looks like Jeremy Adams making his way down pit road. Adams coming in for his final pit stop on the night. We'll show you, folks. We'll just take you down to the pit box there. Just give you a glimpse of what it's like as you see the right side of the car come up. Should be, is he just going to take fuel? I'm not sure he's going to take tires. Oh, and we've got a caution. How about that? Caution flag comes out. And I think it was Paul Fugit involved in that. Slow-moving 44 car. But here we go. 71 to Wetmore. Does he come down pit road? He'll have to wait. Waiting for the pits to open. Will not get it that time by, so he's going to sling back up towards the pace car. You can see the rest of the field starts to come down pit road. So the top 11 cars currently on the lead lap. The 44 if you get back off in the lucky dog position. As we see Adams now coming off of pit road. Adams currently 3 laps down. And already signaling that they're going to head toward pit road. Here comes the 71 of Wetmore. Now they're going to be looking to come down this time. They're going to stay out. Wow. What gamble do you take? I think Majeski, Cody Kelly, and Ty Majeski both have come down pit road. Wetmore, Krikorian, Edwards have stayed out here into lap 160. Guys behind him, Fugit is going to get the wave around the 44 machine you see back there. The Mount Vernon, Iowa driver, Lazy Days Racing, Iowa Lions Club, Meatball, Carolina Sim Skins, and Schroeder and Associates. He'll get the wave around. This is phenomenal, folks, right here. This is strategy versus good racing, and they both have come into play. So Wetmore has stayed out, as well as Krikorian, as well as Edwards. Top 3 drivers, older tires, a little bit more limited on fuel, but I'm sure they got plenty of fuel to make the distance. The question is, will their tires get them there? Can they hold off? And we look back, Ty Majeski currently in 6th position. You know he's going to be coming. You know Cody Kelly's going to be coming, who's in 5th. We're going to find out soon, folks. Here we go. Pace car into the backstretch. It's going to be lap 163. And here we go. It is going to heat up quick. What is going to happen? This is the restart of the night. Pace car into the pits. Wetmore with the pace. Into turn 4. He takes off. The green flag's in the air on 163. Krikorian to the outside. Edwards down in the lower groove. Groove holding off the fast cars. The blockage. Krikorian to the outside, and boy, are they coming quick. Bill's already to the outside. Is going to get past on the inside. Krikorian can't catch Wetmore at this point in 2nd. Edwards gets passed by Kelly. Kelly into 3rd. Majeski still into 5th, waiting to get by Edwards. He's looking to the inside. Ty Majeski to the inside with the fresher tires is going to go around Trevor Edwards. How about Cody Kelly, though, around David Krikorian, already in 2nd position. The gamble is starting to look good here for Majeski and Kelly. But unfortunately, Wetmore, Krikorian, and Edwards now on the receiving end of the fresher set of tires. Here we go. Kelly to the inside of Wetmore. Coming off of turn number 4 into the front stretch. New race leader, Cody Kelly picks up 1 lap lead here tonight. Majeski now into 3rd position. Able to get around Trevor Edwards and David Krikorian looking to the inside of Wetmore. No contest from the 71. He's going to allow the 91 by on the inside. Across the start and finish line, Majeski into 2nd position. Out of turn number 2, Kelly and Majeski once again in 1-2, just in a flip-flop. Last time we saw these guys, it was Majeski up front, Kelly in 2nd. Laps winding down into 169. With about 32 laps remaining. Cody Kelly has a half a second gap on Ty Majeski. A short, long short-lived partnership now may become severed here this late in the race. As the next time by, it's going to be 30 laps to go as they head into lap 171. And Kelly tonight can say he officially led some laps, and he's going to fight all the way to that checkered flag. Wetmore still holding off Krikorian Edwards. Oh, and a caution flag comes out. Could that be the saving grace that these three cars needed? Wetmore, Krikorian, Edwards. Will we see the 71, the 66, and the 32 come down pit road for the fresher set of tires? If victory is key here tonight, that's the question that looms in their mind. If a top 10 finish, then I would imagine you would stay out. All on the goals, and why would you want to race for just a top 10 finish, folks? If you've been up and you've led some laps, you want to win this thing. So that is what we're going to wait to see here as the pace car takes them into the backstretch here on lap 173. Wetmore in third position. Is he going to go? He's going to stay. He's going to stay out as well as the other three. So I think they're gambling, folks. You would have to wonder, knowing that the rest of the field has taken a fresher set of tires, if you can just hold on and rely on your race ability, your racecraft to propel you and keep you up in the top 5, and just rely on that and get a top 5 finish, you know you're not going to be able to catch Kelly and Majeski ahead of you. So Wetmore not willing to risk falling back in the lineup, will stay out in the fight to salvage a third place at least finish here tonight. Next time by, it'll be 25 laps remaining here at Five Flags. And again, folks, this is the first of a 3-night event here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. The Pro Late Model race taking place here tonight. We're going to have Super Late Model qualifying and Last Chance qualifier heat races as well tomorrow night. Coming up on Thursday night, it's the Super Late Model feature race. A lot of the guys you see here will actually be back to Five Flags both tomorrow and Thursday night to partake in the Super Late Model action. So here's what your top 5 looks like heading into 25 laps remaining. Kelly, Majeski, Wetmore, Krikorian, and Edwards. Your race summary, 175 completed. 5 lead changes, 8 total cautions. Pace car heading into turn number 3. There it heads into the pits. Kelly out of 4, takes off. Wetmore's with him, trying to get into second position. Now it becomes a battle to keep the 91 on the outside groove. Can they do it? The fresher set of tires are prevailing out of turn number 2. Majeski on the high side of Wetmore into 3 and 4. He's got room to come down. Will he come down? He does. Out of 4 will go back to the lower groove. Side-by-side action with Hunter Combs now to the inside of David Krikorian. Combs, how about that, has moved into the top 5 slot. We showed you this driver in the Last Chance qualifier here tonight, was able to work his way in, started 25th on the grid, and he's in the top 5 with under 25 to go, and now he's looking to the inside of Trevor Edwards, wanting to move up into a top 4 slot. Coming off of turn number 4, the side-by-side action continues, and it looks like it's going to go to the way of Hunter Combs out of turn number 2. So the 25th position driver at the start of this race now battling hard, and he's not done fighting yet. Ty Spearman back behind him to the inside of Trevor Edwards. We'll have a fight here with these remaining 20 laps. Spearman still side by side with Edwards coming off of turn 4. Spearman we've seen work the outside groove here tonight. Fortunate to be on the inside groove in this position in this battle out of turn number 2. Ty Spearman is going to move up into the top 5 slot here through 3 and 4. Tim Bill's now looking to shut the door, will not be able to do so. Edwards comes down to the lower groove. The battle for the race lead continues up front in the backstretch on 183 here with Cody Kelly. And his 0.2 of a second lead over Ty Majeski out of turn number 4 across that start-finish line. They are going to wind down quick, but who will take the victory? And how about Hunter Combs to the inside of Wetmore now? Fresher set of tires. He went down pit road with the rest of the field, and those fresher tires are paying dividends here into lap 184 as the 09 car has just moved into 3rd position. What a story here, folks. Hunter Combs barely makes it into the last chance qualifier. Starts 25th on the grid in the feature and now finds himself with 15 to go in the top 3. Unbelievable. The Mentor, Ohio driver into turns 3 and 4 can see a side-by-side action as Spearman trying to get to the inside of Wetmore to move into that 4th position slot. Back up front, nice little battle here as Majeski setting up for a pass on turn 3. Fights to the inside of Cody Kelly. Cody Kelly's not going to give it away easy. 75 stays to the race lead. We've got a battle up front. The nerves have got to be flowing through both these drivers. Tension building as they work through 3 and 4 to the inside, and Kelly knows that Majeski loves that inside pass. He will not let up that inside, and it's going to come down quick, folks. Less than 12 laps remain in this feature event. Cody Kelly, Ty Majeski battling off of turn 4. Majeski looks to the inside. He's going to take a shot in turn 1. Can he get there? He might have it. He's set up for a pass now, side by side with Cody Kelly. To the inside of 3 and 4, and Ty Majeski, the 3-time ARCA Midwest Tour champion, trying to get back to the race lead. Not able to do so. Kelly holds on to the outside groove. Boy, they are door locked with 10 laps to go. You wanted a fall brawl, folks. You got it here tonight with the Pro Late Models and Cody Kelly on the outside groove of all places, holding with Ty Majeski for the race lead with 9 laps remaining. As they continue to battle it out for the race lead, they're going to take it all the way to the checkered. Side-by-side action, Majeski to the inside. It's going to come down to the last lap, folks. And it looks like he's going to edge out Kelly here in turns 3 and 4. Pinches Kelly to the wall in the front stretch, but nothing doing. Kelly stays with him. 7 laps to go here at 5 Flags. Oh, Kelly! Big mistake off of 2, tags the wall, but that actually was a saver. It woke him up a little bit. He now finds himself about a 1/10 of a second behind Majeski. Majeski with 6 laps to go pulls away, and that may be all she rode for Cody Kelly. Can he rally the 75 car back? Off of turn 4, here comes Majeski. 5 laps to go. It has been a journey here tonight for these drivers. 2 drivers getting down pit road, 2 cautions ago, making it happen. Fighting their way back to the front. 4 laps remain here in the 2016 Fall Brawl Pro Late Model Race feature at 5 Flags. The 91 of Majeski still out to a 3/10 of a second lead over Cody Kelly with 3 to go. Into the 3rd turn, Cody Kelly has got to turn up the notch now. Does he have anything left in the tank? 2 more laps. The next time by, it's going to be the white flag. Not sure the 75 is going to contend for the race lead, but anything is possible. Here he comes, Ty Majeski to the white flag. One more lap to go. Into the backstretch, he's just a few turns, and I don't think the 75 of Kelly has anything left. It was a hard-fought battle, but he is going to finish second here tonight off of turn 4 in your Fall Brawl Pro Late Model winner, Ty Majeski, here at Five Flags. Cody Kelly in second, Hunter Combs. The story there, coming in third position, started 25th on the grid, made it in through the last chance qualifier. How about that? Take you up to our blimp view. Unfortunately, our blimp wants to follow the cars and not show you the fireworks, but they are on display. We'll take you back down to Majeski, down there. And that 91 car, modest, had limited the tire burn down. What a race here tonight, folks, as the celebration still continues. We're going to have some driver interviews coming up here shortly. Definitely excited to talk to the 09 of Hunter Combs, talking about all he endured. Here's a little bit of firework action there in the background. While we are waiting, we're going to bring Matt Rolfe in, one of the head guys over here at the Sim Auto Racing Association, talk a little bit about the Fall Brawl. And tonight, had to take off the race helmet, put on that race control hat, and you administering these guys and really working through it. How did you feel this race went tonight?
Yeah, it looked like it was a pretty good race all around, and you had a few cautions throughout the first couple portions of the race, but it was nice to see the tire strategy come into play. A couple guys pitted right around halfway when they got a caution, and you saw them charge to the front, and then it paid off for Cody and Majeski to pit late and get their tires at the end there, and then they had an epic battle there to the finish. So that was a great race to watch.
Now, given the fact that you do race and you kind of notice a little bit on the strategy side of things, if you put yourself in Majeski and Kelly's spot, I mean, we've seen that we had about 5 to 6 cautions already. To you as a driver, was it worth the gamble to wait for a caution? I know it's a long shot because this thing could have finished under green. Wetmore could have been sitting in victory lane. But as those drivers in their seasoned racecraft, they kind of had an inkling that there was going to be another caution. In your stance and in your position, would you have done the same, or would you have followed Wetmore's actions?
Ideally, you'd want to pit as late as possible with with still a decent amount of laps left so that you can charge back to the front. We have a tire rule in the league that you can only take one set of tires during the course of the race, and it sets up a lot of strategy. So it's really a gamble either way. If you decide to pit early and get those tires, you can charge to the front, but you're really hoping that no more cautions come out. But if you wait to take your tires and you wait too long and you never get a caution, it's a gamble there too. So it really goes both ways. Ideally, you'd like to wait till as long as you can to get those tires so you have fresh rubber at the end to just charge by everybody, but it's really tough, but it paid off for these guys tonight.
Definitely did. Matt, thank you very much for joining us in the booth to talk a little bit about this Fall Brawl. We got 2 more events coming up tomorrow night with the Super Late Model Division. They're going to have their qualifying, heat racing, and last chance qualifier as well for position setup for the Thursday feature. Any quick things you want to tell the viewers out there about the next 2 events coming up?
Yeah, it should be some good racing. Tomorrow night we got qualifying night for the Super Late Model event. We've got over 40 cars, I think 47 on the entry list. I don't know if all 47 will show up, but more than 40 guys are paid and entered to race at this Super Late Model event here this week. So tomorrow it's all about trying to make the field and get in your position for the future event. And then on Thursday we should see another great race, and there's a lot of money on the line. There's over $600 on the line for that. So if you thought tonight was good for no money on the line, we'll see what happens on Thursday.
Definitely will change mental setups as well as their car setups. Thanks again, Matt, for joining us, and we'll look to see you more tomorrow night.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Well, there you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe with the Sim Auto Racing Association admin side of things tonight. Loves to run in the Super Late Model Series as well as a few others. So let's go ahead and get some driver interviews here tonight. And this guy, we talked about him in the last chance qualifier, making his way into the feature. Fought his way in that last chance qualifier and takes that 09 machine with the Posse teammate and the FMF Chassis Works Mission 22 sponsors on that car out of Mentor, Ohio. The 09 of Hunter Combs joins me now. And Hunter, what a battle it was for you, starting 25th on the grid in the feature here tonight. You're able to take this car all the way to the podium finish, finishing third. Tell us a little bit about your night.
Well, it had to start the back. During qualifying, my internet dropped out literally when I was crossing the line, so put me in the LCQ, got up, got in the race, had to start the back, and sort of just rode around in like last year and just let everybody pick off one car at a time, and went green there for a little bit. Some of the fast guys came in, and we went green for a while, so we had a caution with about 50 or 40 to go, so they were sort of hosed, and got up to the front, and I honestly didn't think we were going to finish third there for how bad the car was there on the long run. It got too loose, but yeah, I'll take a third.
Definitely not intimidated by the car count here tonight. You're able to work this car up to third place, and a heck of a job done. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give to the viewer audience?
Oh, yeah. James Linkwitz, he helped me with the setup tonight. The Posse, good job, Ty Majeski. Posse teammate, he won. He's been winning a lot. So I'd like to thank everybody there, FMF Chassis Works, Mission 22, Brian Tedeschi's Food Shops, and Matt for putting on this awesome fall brawl, and for you announcing. So good job. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish here, Hunter. We look forward to seeing more action out of you in the Super Lates.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
There you have it, folks. Hunter Combs, the last chance qualifier entry into the feature. Starting 25th, heck of a deficit, but is able to bring that car to a third place finish here tonight, and not in an ease, folks. It was a battle for that 09 car. Another guy who battled here tonight, the 75 of Cody Kelly out of Hartsville, South Carolina. The Wheelin' and Dealin' Motorsports machine battles his way to a runner-up finish with the late caution gamble in the race. And Cody, you and Majeski kind of fell off out of the race lead, let Wetmore and Krikorian and Edwards up front for a little bit. You guys ran fourth and fifth, kind of went into cruise control mode. It was the goal there to wait for a caution flag to come out, really to take that risk, and then finally it did. You're able to go down and get the tires and then battle up front for a while. I think out of total, we take a look here, 26 laps led here tonight, and you battle towards the end with Majeski fighting for the lead.
Yeah, there wasn't nothing we could do there. Whenever them other guys took them tires, we just let them by, and there was nothing we could do besides wait on the yellow. And luckily we got one, and came off pit road on the inside, which is a good thing, and got out front, and I tried to hold Majeski off, but I couldn't barely do it, man. I think I was a little bit better than him on the long runs, but on the short runs, I think he had me covered just a little bit. And especially when I hit the wall on the outside of him, man, that hurt me for real. I got real tight after that, but it's all right. It was a good race, and I had a lot of fun. And
definitely,
I guess we'll try to get it tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely a hard-fought battle for you here tonight, and hard-fought battle there at the end for the lead. But is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your race here this evening?
Yeah, I want to thank Tim Bills, David Krikorian, Tom Wetmore, Trevor Edwards, Casey Kelly, Austin Yarborough, all them guys at Wheelin' and Dealin'. I know I'm probably missing a few, but I just want to thank all them guys.
Well, congratulations on your runner-up finish here at Five Flags. We look to see some more action out of you in the Super Lates.
All right, man. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night or Thursday.
Well, there you have it, folks. Cody Kelly, the 75 machine, able to rally that car. And now the man of the night, fresh off the Governor's Cup win at New Smyrna last weekend, comes into Five Flags here tonight. Fastest time with a 7-car invert at the start of the race. Ty, you're able to take this car and just work it at every part of the field. On the outside grooves, you stayed competitive. On the inside grooves, you really were competitive, and you fought this car throughout, taking that gamble at the end for a caution to come out, allowing Wetmore, Edwards, and Krikorian by and stayed there with Cody Kelly a little bit. You come down late in the race to snag your final tires, and only set that you were allowed, and it pays off, and you're able to fire back and get up to the front where it matters and finish ahead in position number 1 of this race, picking up the victory. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the race tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit risky waiting to take my tires there, but I know running a SARA race in the past, it bit me, especially at Five Flags, because that track is so abrasive on tires, and you do see a pretty big fall off. So I knew it was worth the risk, And I figured there was going to be a caution just because after a long green flag run, like I said before, the track is really abrasive, and guys start getting free, and so I figured there'd be a caution and end up working out.
Definitely does work out to your favor. You take this car to victory lane. We got a couple more events coming up in the Super Lates. Taking a victory off the Pro Late model, what can you expect heading forward?
Yeah, I think our Super Late stuff will be pretty good. It'll be kind of cool because I'm going to be going down to the Snowball Derby in real life here in a couple of weeks for one of the biggest Super Late model races in the country. So this is kind of a little bit of a tune-up for me, and get used to the racetrack again and get some valuable seat time for some real life racing.
Well, that's definitely does help you out there a little bit. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, just my whole team on the posse. James Linkowitz is up there spotting for me. Just keeping me calm and stuff, and had a really, really good race with Cody Kelly. Him and I usually race pretty clean together, and he had a little bit better long run speed than I did, but I made a couple adjustments at pit stop, knowing that we only had 30 laps to go, and made a couple adjustments to help my car in the short run, and I think that was the difference.
Well, it does work out for your favor. You pick up the victory here in the first of the 3-night events for the 2016 Fall Brawl Spectacular. Congratulations to you, Ty. We look to see more action out of that 91 car when we go to the Super Lates in the next coming days.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, folks. What a night of racing. You got to see a last chance qualifier, and guys succeed from that last chance qualifier, finishing in the top 3, a.k.a. the 09 of Hunter Combs, in a 200-lap feature here at Five Flags for the first of a 3-night event here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Taking a look at the race results, we've had them on the screen, the top 10. So Majeski picks up the win in the Pro Late models. Cody Kelly, Hunter Combs, Ty Spearman, Darrell Hamlin with a top 5 finish. Tom Wetmore, Tim Bills, Trevor Edwards, David Krikorian, Paul Fugit are your top 10 finishers. Moving on back, Mark Royer, Matthew Eddy, Jeremy Adams, Eric Spencer, Scott Dunlap, Joshua Hart, Russell Berry, Ian Lane, Paul Boswell, Michael Baxter through 20. And rounding out your field here tonight, Justin Sullivan, Ben Nile, Jason Galvin, Eric Block, Wes Graham, Al Smith Jr., Bill Martin, Alex Oriens, Derek Robinson, and Matt Rolfe in the control booth. So officially 29 cars here at the Fall Brawl Spectacular. We got to give one more shout out to the sponsors. Always glad to have some sponsors on board. H&H Sign and Supply Incorporated, HeightsPride.com, quality sheepskin, quality leather. Find them on the web at HeightsPride.com. The Button Box Shop and GM Parts Experts for quality GM parts. Check them out on the web at GMPartsExperts.com. And again, folks, coming up tomorrow night, we are going to be back in action, covering the qualifying heat races and the last chance qualifier for the Super Late models of the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here tonight. We got 2 more to come your way, and we'll be actually off this Friday. So, folks, that will do it for us here tonight. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night.